Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump's former attorney and now presidential counsel, Alina Habba, just absolutely torched the narrative that the Democrats are trying to push right now. Now, as I'm sure you've all seen, members of the left are absolutely losing their minds right now because President Trump is actually following through with all of his campaign promises. He really is making America great again. And so, like I said, the Democrats are having a pretty tough time right now. In fact, real quick, take a look at this clip of Congresswoman Maxine Waters as she attempted to literally break into the Department of Education building just the other day.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID. I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
Okay, everyone, I have to say real quick, that guy who is standing guard at the door is pretty much my new spirit animal. This is just such a perfect visual of the current state of the country right now. Unhinged, crazy progressives having a totally petulant meltdown while the rest of us act like adults and try to get the country back on track. But okay, so this is where Alina Habba comes in because like I said, last night she went absolutely scorched earth on all of the left's ongoing theatrics. Take a look at this.
3 weeks of utter shock, awe, and transformation in Washington, and it has gone at the speed of light. And, you know, thank God for the country. And then you got this freak out. What do you make of it?
I'm not sure what they're freaking out about, to be honest, Sean. I'm pretty sure we stood at rally after rally and said exactly what we were going to do. We were going to protect taxpayer dollars. We were going to help educate our children in the right way who are undereducated. So, Maxine, I'm not sure what you're stepping into, but you need to move out of the way. And we're going to create Doge. We did. And Doge is working. So I have to tell you, I know Elon, and I'm a little bit frustrated, not a little bit, but by what I'm hearing. But the people that are screaming the loudest, Sean, are probably the people that are pissed off because their money train has come to an end. We're done now. Sorry, Chuck. Sorry, Maxine. Sorry, Nancy, with your stock trades. The show's over. We are now looking, and we're going to audit, and we're going to find out what's going on, and we're finding a lot. We've named them over and over again. And by the way, the list is extensive. Operas for transgender LGBTQ people. We're funding condoms. We're funding, I mean, things that are unheard of. One was teaching people how to use their pronouns in another country. We spent millions of dollars. This is absurd. We are supposed to take care of taxpayer dollars. And what the last administration did was get rich and waste money. And I'm tired of it.
Well, there you have it, folks, and you know what? She is 100% right. As I'm sure you've all seen, the Democrats have pretty much completely crumbled following Trump's inauguration. In fact, all they can do right now is complain about all the things that Trump promised he would do on the campaign trail. It's like they don't realize that all of us Trump voters are actually happy right now because Trump is doing everything that he said he would do. But now real quick, guys, before we move on with the rest of the video, I want to say real quick, if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing because it actually does help a ton with my daily struggle with the YouTube algorithm. But okay, back to President Trump. I want you guys to take a listen to what he had to say about Maxine Waters' little meltdown the other day. Take a look at this.
We saw Democratic lawmakers trying to get into the Department of Education earlier today.
Oh, I see the same ones. I see Maxine Waters, a lowlife. I see, you know, all these people. They don't love our country. They don't love our country. We want great education. So they rank 40 countries in education. We're ranked dead last. But the good news is we're number one in one category. You know what that is? Cost per pupil. We spend more per pupil than any other country in the world. You look at Norway, Denmark, Sweden, various countries all up and down, Finland, China does very well in education. And then you look at us. We spend much more money than they do per pupil or any other way. But we spend much more money than they do, and yet we're ranked this year, Biden's last year, congratulations, Joe, we're ranked dead last. So what I want to see is education. Number one, I like choice. We all like choice. But beyond choice, long beyond choice, I want to see it go back to the states where great states that do so well have no debt, They're operated brilliantly. They'll be as good as Norway or Denmark or Sweden or any of the other highly ranked countries. They'll be, you probably have 35 to 38 states will be right at the top. And the rest will come along. They'll have to come along competitively. And by the way, we'll be spending a lot less money.
And hey, you know what? This is a great idea. Since the Department of Education opened its doors in 1980, education levels in the US have pretty much done nothing but go downhill when compared to other first world countries. What this means is that our public education system pretty much hasn't been competitive on a global level for decades. So hey, let's toss education back to the states where they can try to handle things on a local level. That seems to be the best approach. But okay, here's another thing. You know how the Democrats have been screeching and crying about a bunch of unvetted children working at the Department of Government Efficiency? Well, guess what? Just earlier today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent came out and pretty much destroyed the left's entire narrative. Take a look at this.
Elon and I are completely aligned in terms of cutting waste and increasing accountability and transparency for the American people. I believe that this DOGE program in my adult life is one of the most important audits of government or changes to government structure we have seen. That when I was in my 20s, we had the Grace Report, and there's some great suggestions that came out of that, never implemented. Under Clinton and Gore, I think it was to government efficiency or reduce government. Nothing happened. So President Trump came in, there's a big agenda, and I think that there are gigantic cost savings for the American people here. And I think it's unfortunate the way the media wants to lampoon what is going on. These are highly trained professionals. This is not some roving band going around doing things. This is methodical, and it is going to yield big savings.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have yet another example of the left's completely unhinged fear-mongering completely crumbling when getting exposed to reality. Because, hey, the left knows that their progressive narrative can't exist in reality. Their entire game is spreading lies and fear-mongering and redefining words to fit whatever agenda they have at the moment. You guys have all seen it before, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But hey, we are back in the White House, and those days have come to an end. Thank God. Finally, the country is beginning to heal, and really, things are just becoming normal again. During the Biden era, it seemed like there was a concerted effort to tear down every aspect of our society that was functional and logical and made sense, and then to replace it all with some nonsensical progressive idiocy. So hey, once again, thank God that those days are behind us. But you know what? I think that's all I've got for you guys today with this video. So please make sure to go down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Please like the video if you liked it. Please consider subscribing to the channel. That actually helps a ton, and it really means a lot. Thank you guys very much for tuning in today. And of course, as always, stay safe.